Hello, welcome back to the series on dementia and distress behaviours. As you know, in the last video I was talking about wandering, specifically about orbiting, visiting and shadowing. And today we're going to be talking about rummaging and hoarding. Now, it's not unusual for people with dementia to rummage and hoard. To be honest with you, you don't have to have dementia for that. If you're honest, if you sit down now and on a piece of paper write down all the things that you think that you're hoarding, and you'll go, I don't hoard anything. Okay, look at your wardrobe. When was the last time you wore that red dress, or you wore that white top, or you wore that jacket? That's hoarding. You're keeping it because, oh, you know what, I'll try that on some other time, or I need it for that occasion that never ever comes. But we tend to hoard a lot of things. And surprisingly enough, when you look around your house, how much you do hoard. It might be a collectible. You've got all these little things that you collect and you say, oh, I'm a collector. Actually, really, are you? Or are you just hoarding it now? Your collecting days have gone. But somebody with dementia will often have a tendency to rummage through drawers and closets as if they're looking for something. Others tend to gather all sorts of items as they were collectors. These behaviours are a particular problem if they're rummaging through and hoarding other individuals' possessions, and that's where we have to be more careful. If they're actually trying to rummage through other people's rooms, but also, as I said earlier, with the wandering, you've got to be careful that they don't see it as a reward. You can't just take it off them. If you take it off them, they're probably going to get very agitated, possibly then start shouting and screaming. You're then going to have to deal with a situation with behaviour that didn't need to be there. What you need to do is offer an exchange. So let's say they go into somebody's room and they pick up, I don't know, a teddy bear. So this teddy bear that this lady's got in her room has been picked up by another lady because she thinks, oh, that's really cute, I really want that, I'm going to have that, that's mine. The problem is we all have a sense of possession, and that sense of possession is, if I've got it, it's mine. You've got to exchange. You can't just take something away because you believe it's not theirs. Yes, we know it's not theirs, but what you need to do, like I said, exchange. Give them something in place of, so something that they're quite happy to give to you in replace of that item. Otherwise, like I said, behaviour starts to escalate. You have to also be careful with things like food that can be perishable. Often people will put sandwiches into the pockets, biscuits. Why? Well, if you look at long-term memory with somebody with dementia, a lot of our elderly residents now came through a situation where they were told to be very careful with their food. They had to survive with what they got, as little as they got, so again they had to have it for a long time. And people often would keep things hidden until the next meal. They don't know when the next meal's coming. Also, when you look at medication, often people with medication will hoard it because they believe that you're actually trying to poison them, even though they've been diagnosed and prescribed with medication we have to give. But like I said, you're trying to poison me. We need to make sure that these residents have their medication, because if they don't and they hoard, there might be just one day when they make a mistake, see them, recognise them for something else. So let's say you give them a pill that's black and red. At some point, rather than understanding that it's medication, they may just see it as sweets. And if they're hoarding without realising, they're hiding in the drawer, they suddenly take all these sweets. Well, I hate to tell you, but now they've overdosed on the medication. So please be aware that if you've got medication, it does need to be taken or destroyed so this person doesn't hoard with it. With hoarding and rummaging, you can do things like having boxes, trunks, all sorts of things that they can just go in and take, that they can move around freely with. Like I said, the main thing with rummaging and hoarding is please don't take it off them without an exchange. Don't berate the person. They don't know it's not theirs. They just see it as, it's mine, it's a sense of possession. Thank you for watching. Do come back for the next one in the series.